good afternoon or good morning, good afternoon or good evening, depending on where you are joining me from this afternoon in England. It's just gone 3 p.m, so it's the middle of the afternoon here in England, and I am just going to say that I am now 6 months and 1 day clean off heroin, and I have no regrets for giving it up. I don't ever want to take dark again in my life, and it was a very hard battle I had with it. I kept relapsing at the start and going back to the drug, but I won in the end. The battle of wills was won by Ben and lost by dark or heroin. It's an awful God forsake people on it now. I hate that drug. It's ruined most of my adult life, and also I have given weed up for I don't know, 6 months as well, and I've given crack up for 5 months and 2 weeks and a day. So I'm doing pretty well. If I wonder why I'm grimacing like that, it's because my forehead muscles are really tight and I need some clonopin in the USA just to get rid of the muscle spasms and tension in my forehead. My doctor won't do anything about it. I spoke to her yesterday about the day before yesterday, so I must be 6 months and 2 days clean of heroin, and 5 months, 2 weeks, and then 2 days worth, 2 days off crack. So I'm doing really well. I had a caution the other day for shoplifting. So I went into co-op with someone that I know from Ilfracombe, and we sold 70 odd quid worth of meat. Joints of meat worth quite a lot of money each, and we shoved them all in a tie bag, a string tie bag. Then we walked out pretty smartish and we tried selling them to a bloke in a van, but he dobbed us in. He brought them back to co-op and said that they'd been stolen by me and the other person who stole them. I had to hold the bag open and the other person put the shopping in the bag. And when this was done, we just weren't out of the building like normal, chilled out, just concentrating on the job in hand. Then we walked really fast down the road, away from co-op. And the bloke in the van said he was going to buy it off us, but he turned out to be a prick. And he dobbed us into the old bill and the co-op, and co-op got hold of the old bill. And I had them round here in a meat wagon, and came in a riot van, I should say. The meat wagon's a bit old now. Everyone calls them meat wagons, I know. That's what they are, really, isn't it? Meat. No one likes meat. And I got a caution for a formal caution, so that'll be on my record for the rest of my life. But in 5 or 6 years, it becomes less relevant or something, like they said, I think. Might be 4 or 5 years, I can't remember now, but it's something like that. I've got all the paperwork downstairs in the office here, so I can read that at any time in the day. Not at night, obviously, but during the day I can. I'm feeling a lot more happy now. I'm not on heroin, a slave to that awful drug. I was also a slave to freebase cocaine, aka crack. I was a slave to that. I used to spend 400 odd quid, 380 quid, 387 a quid a week that I got on benefits, and that was for 3 weeks running, and then the 4th week I wouldn't get any money, so I would have to wait another week after that week to get paid again. So I got PIP, which is every 4 weeks, and I get ESA, which is every 2 weeks. So you work it out, I get paid 3 times out of 4 weeks, and then on the 4th week I don't get paid, and I have to wait another week after that to get money again. But I am doing a lot better now. I don't think about crack, I don't think about heroin, I don't think about weed. Well, not as often. I still think about weed quite a lot. I suppose that everyone smokes weed, but I will smoke it again sometime when I go to Holland, which I plan to do in a not too distant future, when this coronavirus malarkey is out the window done and dusted, done and dealt with. But not at the moment while we're having 14 to 1,500 new cases of COVID a day in the UK. It's just so bad that all these families that are losing loved ones to Corona-19, my heart goes out to them all. And it's a really upsetting time, basically, for everyone in the world. People dying for no reason. And if Boris Johnson had acted quicker, 2 weeks quicker, and got all that PPE sorted out, a lot of nurses would still be alive. A lot of people would still be alive, because people need the PPE to go on public transport. Just think, in London, on the London Underground, the train service, underground, you're going to be in other people's faces when it's rush hour. And you're going to be like breathing in all of their germs, all the particles out of the air. You breathe, there's particles left in the air. And you breathe that in. And then that's how you can catch COVID-19. Even when the person who had COVID-19 is no longer around, even though he breathed in that spot of air that is there. So think of me with COVID-19. If I breathe, it comes to there, right here, but there. And then anyone that walks in that path catches COVID-19. And this is awful. Sorry, someone's just having a bit of a turn. It's fucking loud, yeah, when it goes off on one. Can't do anything about it though. It's where I live, and I have to put up this shit every day. Some kid with autism. He doesn't really know how to speak, so he's in pain. And the only way he knows how to show his pain is by screaming and shouting and clapping, as you can probably hear. I'm not meaning to film this. I was making a video about my heroin addiction before he came in, so I'm not taking this video down for anyone. 6 months and 2 days clean off heroin, and long time clean off crack as well. And I don't plan on going back to heroin, but I might go back to do a pipe or two of crack in the future. If I come across it in my life, I'll probably ask if I can buy a 0.2 for 20 quid and get it rocked up and smoke it and then say bye to it. Just have 2 pipes, maybe 3 pipes out of 20 quid worth, and then say goodbye to the old freebase cocaine. Bye bye. Never going to do you again. I'm just drinking now. Yeah, I do drink like 4 cans of cider a night. At the moment, sometimes 3, like last night I only drank 3 cans, which is not too much of a problem. But I'm on diazepam, but only at 10 milligrams, and I know you're not meant to drink on them, but everyone does. And it depresses your central nervous system a bit. And I do apologise for doing that, grimacing. I need to be on clonazepam for it, but my doctor won't prescribe me clonazepam on top of diazepam. And she didn't even mention getting off to diazepam and crossing over to clonazepam, because clonazepam is low milligrams, like 1 milligram equals 20 milligrams of diazepam, I think. I know lorazepam is 1 milligram of lorazi equals 10 milligram of diazi. That's correct. Doctors lie when they say 10 milligrams of diazi is equal to 0.5 milligrams of lorazepam. That's a lie. It's equal to 1 milligram, 10 diazi equal 1 lorazi. Think like that. 20 milligram Xanax, no. 20 milligrams of diazepam, I should have said, equals 1 milligram of Xanax that you get in America. And it's also called alprazolam. Alprazolam is its generic name, Xanax is its trade name. You have probably heard it under the name of Xanax, Xanax. And if you've heard of Rohypnol, we all know what that does, probably. It's got a lot of bad press for being a date rape drug, but I've been spiked for it before, and it just makes you lose your memory. I got spiked for it when I saw someone called Steve-O and Wee Man out of the TV program Jackass. however you want to say it. Jackass was a brilliant program. It used to do like tricks and stuff on people walking past, and like trigger happy TV, a bit like that. But it was just awesome. I really enjoyed growing up with this kind of thing going on. I don't know, like, it's getting a bit dark in here now. Probably 4 o'clock come. It's gonna be dark at 9 though. I don't know why it's getting dark in here anyway, really. It shouldn't be. The curtains are closed, I guess that's why. Anyway, gonna have a drink at about 6 o'clock this afternoon. I might just bring my remote control car out in the garden and bash it about a bit. I might make a video. Not sure yet. If anyone wants a video, but that is. Some people are too busy to video it at the moment. But anyway, I am proud to be off of heroin and crack and weed and all the rest of it, ketamine and stuff. I didn't just do drugs like that, but I did have a bit of a problem with amphetamines. That speed, I used to take speed a long time ago to play a computer game called Soldier of Fortune 2. I used to get sent it in the post from my mate in somewhere called Musselburgh near Edinburgh up in Scotland. And he was a brilliant guy. He always did what he said. He just sent me like an ounce of weed in the post, or 2 ounces if I could afford it. And he would lay me on. He would lay me an ounce on, so I paid him after. I can't even remember how much it was now, but I remember when an eighth was a tenner. An eighth of soap bar was a tenner. An eighth of green was 15 quid. An eighth. That's 3.5 grams for 15 quid. Might even been a tenner at one point when I first started. I'm 36 now. So this is going up to when I was 16, 17, 18, like 19 and 20. When I was hardcore on the weed. I was heavily dabbling in weed. Smoking every day in bongs, spliffs, blunts, cigar. We used to get hollow out cigar blunts. We used to hollow out cigars, right? Like Cuban cigars. Get all the tobacco, the pipe tobacco out of it, the cigar tobacco I should say out of it, and fill it up with green, as in cannabis, skunk. And then it would be brilliant to smoke because the skin of the cigar is still intact, so you can still make use of it. And I don't know how we got it to stick back together, but we did. It must have been another original or something. I can't remember, my mate made it, but I remember smoking it. And we had some good times. We used to smoke King Elsons. I used to smoke King Elson in my bedroom before I went to sleep every night. And I used to be chain smoking weed up until then as well. All day, every day, it's all I ever did was smoke weed. This is before crack and heroin came into my life. I had a good life back then as well. I wish it was back then now and I was still smoking cannabis, but I would have changed it to not taking crack and not taking heroin if I could change anything. Not getting addicted to Oxycontin, because that is a hell of a bad drug to get addicted to. It's a very, very strong drug, Oxycontin. 60 milligrams a day I was prescribed. I used to buy OC80s, which are obviously 80 milligram Oxycontins. I used to buy them off the internet for quite an expensive price, but they are worth it. One OC80 will send a normal person into a sleep, a gouge. It will basically look like they're passed out, but they're nodding at the same time. They're on the nod, so they're gouging out really bad. You won't be able to speak to you with any logicness. They won't be able to speak to you with any logic, I should say. It will all sound like a bunch of garbage, but it might make sense when they wake up. It might make sense again then. But don't try talking to someone that's just taking heroin or fentanyl if they look like they're gouging out, because they won't know what planet they're on. They'll just be off their face, basically. Anyway, I'll end this video now. If anyone wants me to make a video response to anything, please let me know in the comment box. Also, please don't hesitate to give me a thumbs up if you've enjoyed watching this video of mine, and please subscribe to my channel if you wish to see more videos about me, my life, radio control cars, and prescription and illicit drugs are the main topics I speak about. And also about mobile phones as well. I've got an iPhone XS Max. Some people call it an XS Max. The X is obviously 10 Roman numerals, and the S is because it's a big screen, 6.5-inch screen, and it's a good mobile. It cost me a lot of money, but it's unlocked every network and it's fast as fuck. And nothing goes wrong with it. Thanks a lot for watching, and bye for now. Have a nice afternoon all. Cheers.